It causes you to gain weight, gives you diabetes, then diabetes leads to cardiovascular disease. It's just like, why? Why are we? And when I tell you, growing up, we used to put sugar on everything. My daddy taught us that. Bad habits from my father. Don't be knocking over my stuff. Thank you. Sit down or something. All right, but growing up, we used to put sugar on, when I say everything, like macaroni and cheese was a major problem because we had to have sugar on our macaroni and cheese. Spaghetti, and that's literally how I was taught to make spaghetti. When I made the spaghetti, I would put sugar in it to sweeten it up. Like, it was just bad. Like, we had really a lot of bad habits. And I'm not, like, blaming my mother and father. I mean, they clearly picked up their bad habits from somewhere as well. They just passed it on generation to generation, and we caught it. So, yeah, it's really just not good. What is you doing? Look at this. Look at this food. You really need to go on a diet, to tell you the truth, because you're getting fat. I'm talking to my dog. Lulu is like a garbage disposal. But what y'all doing this great Sunday morning? Yeah, I want to go live. Who should I go live with? What should we talk about? Y'all want to stay on the subject of sugar? See, people don't like when I talk that healthy talk. They be catching attitudes. We don't want to talk about that while you in the middle of eating your sugary yams and your fried chicken and your smothered pork chops and whatever else is fattening. Somebody said, leave Lulu alone. No. You deal with Lulu jumping on your head every day, wanting to get pet all day. Lulu is very spoiled. Very, very spoiled. So, yeah. So what do you guys want to talk about today? Yeah, we talking about you. He looking at me like, you better keep my name out your mouth. Lulu, you gonna roll off the couch. Stop. See? Look, the food. Look, you. He just rolled off. He rolled right on over to the floor. That's what you get. You want to get back up here? Come on. I was like, you goofy. Why would you just roll over and roll off the couch? Anyway. Somebody said they need to cleanse their whole body. I would suggest you go to my website, thehealthyhand.com, and try the detox. We have two. One is a total belly detox. One is a total system detox. People always ask me, which one should I do first? I would suggest a total system detox. But you can take both of them together. They're amazing by themselves, a powerhouse together. But the only reason I suggest a total system detox because it detoxifies your blood, your pancreas, your liver, your colon. If you have any cramps, any burping, any parasites going on in your body, it removes that. And on top of that, the incentive is it helps you to burn fat and lose weight. The total belly detox focuses on that midsection area. And how it does that is the specific herbs that are combined together focus on that midsection to help you push all of that cookie gooey BS out of your system. A lot of that fat is just sitting in your intestines. You know, meat takes the longest to digest in your system. Did you know that? I don't really eat meat. So, but that's just by choice. I don't eat meat because of the way it's mainly processed in the United States. And I know y'all know. You know, they shoot them up with hormone shots to produce faster. We go behind and we eat that. And then we have long-term side effects from that. Or we might even have short-term side effects from that. But I don't know. I just choose not to eat meat. It's just a preference. Try a vegan burger. It's pretty good. And nowadays, vegetarians and vegans, I would say more so vegans, they're so different these days from back in the day. Like back in the day, you know, vegans, they would literally eat vegetables, fruits, vegetables. They would stay away from anything from the animal. Today, a vegan will go get a vegan burger, slap all that ketchup on there, mayonnaise and mustard and butter that bun and that bread. Like, it's just the vegans in the 20th century is just different. They found alternative ways to they don't eat meat, but they still eat a lot of carbs. I would say that, which is crazy, but whatever. Somebody said KFC has vegan chicken. They do. I don't really go to fast food restaurants. Lulu left the building. He went to go drink his water. Gone. But when did KFC get vegan chicken? And what the hell does that taste like? Wonder what they're using to make that. When did that happen, y'all? Do anybody know? Who said that to me anyway? About the vegan chicken. I don't know if I would try that. I would eat it depending on where I got it from, like who made it or whatever, but it just sounds weird from KFC. I mean, the fast food restaurants is not the first place that I think you should go to get vegan food. They're just following the trend. You know what I mean? It's not like they're using certain ingredients to create these vegan products. It's just, let's use these FDA approved products and give them what they want at minimum cost so we can make maximum profit. It's kind of how that's going. But if I want vegan chicken, I ain't going to KFC to get it. They don't give a shit about your health. All they give a damn about is profit and gain. And I'm not gain. I'm just talking about fast food restaurants, period. So, I mean, I don't know. So the vegan chicken started this month at KFC? That's what somebody just said. Good luck with that. I don't even want to try that. I'm good on that. The best vegan restaurant I went to was a Chinese vegan restaurant in New York. What is the name of that spot? I was tricked. Because at the time I was still eating meat and I was there visiting my friend. And he had been a vegetarian. A vegan. Because there is a difference between vegan and vegetarian. Okay. A vegan doesn't eat meat and doesn't eat anything that comes from the meat at all. I mean, from eggs, they not milk, none of that. They're not messing around. A vegetarian, they'll still eat the eggs, they'll still eat the meat. They'll still drink the milk, but they just won't eat the meat. So it's a difference between the two. But anyway, when I went to New York to visit my friend, he was like, "What you want to eat?" I'm like, "I want some Chinese food." So he was like, "All right, I'm going to take you to this restaurant." I ain't paying attention. We go in the restaurant. I ain't paying attention that it's vegan. Because he like to play these little games and stuff. So we went up in there. He was like, "Let me order for you. What you want?" I was like, "I don't know. I want something sweet, like some sweet and sour chicken and some rice or something, right?" He was like, "All right." So the menu, it will say chicken, but it's not really chicken. It's just giving you the taste as if you're eating chicken. So I ordered it. It came, it was pretty. It came in, imagine a sliced mango. Slice the mango in half, kind of take out a little bit of the insides, the seed or whatever. And the mango was sitting there all pretty. Then they stuffed it with rice, and the rice flowed out. And then they added the sweet and sour chicken on top with the sweet and sour glaze. I tore it up. Like, when I say it was bomb.com, I'm like, man, that's some good old sweet and sour chicken. It may taste a little different, but it's good. You know what I mean? I messed it up. So he just kept smiling and smirking and looking at me while I'm eating on food. Like, "Nigga, what you looking at? Eat your food. Why you staring at me?" I didn't get it at first. And when I was done, he was like, "You want some more?" I was like, "Let's get something to go." So I ordered the same thing to go. It was just so pretty and it tastes so good. It was basically mango sweet and sour chicken. It was good as hell. So when I was done and we ordered our food to go, he was like, "You just didn't eat chicken, right?" And I was like, "What?" He was like, "That was a vegan restaurant. That wasn't chicken that you was eating." And that was the first time that I was amazed at, like, wow. Because I used to be the one running around like, "Nigga, I never stop eating chicken. Like, I never stop eating meat." I mean, my culture, black folks, we got about 172,000 different ways to make chicken. Let's be clear. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a part of what we do. And I love chicken. At the time, I didn't eat fish because I'm allergic. And I didn't eat pork. But I did eat chicken and turkey and every once in a while beef. But chicken was my thing. I eat chicken 55,000 ways. You know what I mean? That's what I was raised on. So when he told me it was vegan, I was like, oh, I'm in shock. You tricked me. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, he was like, yeah, but I wanted to show you that there's different alternatives to eating meat. And he definitely played a major part in why I transitioned from eating meat. I don't eat fish. I'm talking about now. I don't eat fish because I can't. The Lord said no. I'm allergic. And I don't eat beef. I haven't eaten beef. It's probably been over... How long has it been? It's probably been over 8 years now for beef. I haven't eaten chicken. It has to be on damn near 10 years or plus. I haven't eaten chicken. What else I don't eat? Don't eat beef, don't eat chicken, don't eat turkey, don't eat fish. I mean, those are just the things that I stay away from. Somebody said I can't eat fish either. I'm really opposite from people. A lot of people I know that are allergic to anything in the sea or whatever, in the water. They can't eat shellfish, but they can eat fish. I'm opposite. I can eat shellfish, but I can't eat fish. So I don't even know what fish tastes like. I have no idea. I know what it smells like. And I know I can't go into nobody's fish market longer than 20, 30 minutes or I'm But yeah, I just can't. And my brother was the same way when we were little, and he grew out of his. Like, God, I don't know. That's not fair. I don't know why he was able to grow out of his, but God was like, nope, Shay, I'm going to keep the party going with you. You know, God does things for whatever reason. You just can't question them. It is what it is. Somebody said fish is good. Okay. So what you trying to do? Rub it in my face? Like, I just told you I don't know what it tastes like. And I wish I could taste fish. My auntie had a fish market. She sold, she had her own special recipe. She had it for years. She had a franchise. It was like 5 of them in Wisconsin. And I tried to work up in there one time. It was about 40 minutes after. I just couldn't breathe. As soon as I ran outside and that fresh air hit me, I just threw up. And I didn't taste it. I didn't touch it. It was because I was breathing the air. That's how allergic that I was. And the doctor told my mom when I was little, we suggest you keep this little girl as far away from any type of seafood as possible, okay? Because this is just ridiculous. But I'm not as bad as I was when I was a little girl, but I still just can't mess with it. If I take some fish grease, you know, anything from the fish, and I just rub it on my hand or anything, you're going to see me break out in a rash right there. It's so weird. And I know people they take a lot of, you know how people take the pills for omega-3? I talk about this a lot. My mama does it. She takes omega-3 for her arthritis because I know it helps with the symptoms with arthritis. But there's other ways to receive omega-3 because it's not like fish is just born with omega-3. Like, you know, fish eats the algae in the water, and that's what creates the omega-3. And then they take that and they put it in the pills and they sell it to your ass. But I'm not telling you to go eat the algae either. What I'm saying is there's other foods that you can eat that can give you the omega-3 that you're needing, you know, the nutrients from the omega-3 to put in your body. And I take pumpkin seeds. Just Google it. Yep, I take pumpkin seeds. Purple sea moss is good too, actually. Purple sea moss. I ain't gonna lie, that stuff just look funny looking as hell. Sea moss, but it's like an amazing product. Sea moss is so good. It's really good for your joints, arthritis, inflammation. But purple sea moss is a little harder to find than the regular sea moss. I know it grows in St. Lucia. So if I ever go to St. Lucia, I'll be like, give me some of that purple sea moss and you make me some tea. But, girl, I just be talking, y'all. Yep. Yeah, sea moss is everything. But that's why I created the healthyhand.com. Of course, it started off with just herbs that I had to suppress your symptoms with fibroids. That's how the Healthy Hand got started. You know, Healthy Hand got started because I was sick from fibroids. Fibroids are benign tumors that grow on your uterus. I had 4 of them. I had like 3 that was maybe like this size, and then I had 1 that was really aggressive, and it just started growing the size of a grapefruit, and it grew even bigger. So about maybe the size of a grapefruit plus a half of a grapefruit, something around that size. But I started to go to holistic doctors, and they referred certain herbs. They would all refer the same herbs. If you go to a holistic doctor that know and been doing this, been in the game with herbs for years, most island people, you might as well say they are naturally holistic doctors because they've been raised on natural herbs. You know, they're not trying to go to the pharmacist or go to CVS or Walgreens to buy some Tylenol or ibuprofen. You know, they gonna go grab the herbs, you know, sea moss being one of them. Black seed oil is an amazing product that's been around for years. Turmeric used, when I came to Miami is when I discovered the importance of different herbs and how it can really relieve you from a lot of symptoms from many different diseases and issues. You got a cold or flu, black elderberry is good for that. It does more than just help you with whatever symptoms you got going on. Like if you have a cold or flu, stop it, Lulu. Black elderberry is good for that, but it has an alternative to it. Most herbs have an alternative. It doesn't just work on one area in your body. Most herbs works in many different parts of your body. But anyway, back to the Healthy Hand. So I had fibroids, and I went to the holistic doctors, and they were all saying the same thing. Like, you know, try these herbs. These are the herbs that help shrink your fibroids. But I noticed immediately, like, my menstrual cycle was at 20 days at that point. Yeah, I was 20 days. Imagine that, you know, fainting, falling out, losing blood. I needed a blood transfusion. My hemoglobin was off. I was very highly anemic because I was losing so much blood because of the fibroids. But when I started to take the herbs, my menstrual went from 20 days down to about 9-10 days. I didn't have as much pelvic pain. The back pain, the clots start coming out because I had clots coming out the size of my palm. But when I started to take the herbs, I mixed these several herbs together, and I would drink this tea. And I would drink it all the time, because I was really willing to do whatever to get rid of the symptoms from fibroids, like, for real. Like, that was a whole headache. It really, really was. Like, I just stopped doing everything. I stopped working. I stopped communicating with people. You know, I just pulled back from the world because I just had so much focus on how to stop the symptoms because it just ruined my life. Like, it really ruined my life. But when I started drinking the tea, the symptoms started to subside. And I'm like, oh, what? This is really working. Okay, well, how about holistic people? So that's when I was like, you know what? I ain't the only one suffering with fibroids. So I got the same herbs that I use, and I created that tea. And that's how the fibroid relief tea and fibroid relief capsules came about. And that was the first 2 products I sold under the Healthy Hand. And while I was in Miami, I started to discover the turmeric, the blackberry, the elderberry, the black seed oil, and the benefits that they have. So I was like, I'm about to sell all this stuff. So that's when I started selling the capsules. And then the black seed oil, I started selling that. And then the gummies. But the first, before I even started selling the capsules and that, I started selling the fibroid tea and the capsules. Then I went straight into the detox. That's my number 1 seller on my website. The Healthy Hand. Can somebody put thehealthyhand.com? Because I'm running off at the mouth. And I ain't even... Like, can you put thehealthyhand.com? Please. Let's see. Somebody got to put www.thehealthyhand.com so I can tag it. Somebody said, do I live in Miami? Yeah, I still live in Miami. I've been here like 3 years. I love Miami. I learned a lot from being in Miami. I mean, it's very, thank you. It's very multicultural, meaning there's a lot of Dominicans here. There's a lot of Haitians, Jamaicans. I mean, it's like I like this. It's thehealthyhand.com. There's one. Okay, The Healthy Hand. Yes, www.thehealthyhand.com. Thank you. But yeah, it's that's how I learned about a lot. When I was in Atlanta, I started my fitness journey and my lifestyle change journey. But I like this one better. I like that one. But when I came to Miami is when I learned the benefits of it. Like, I ain't never heard of a lot of herbs until I got to Miami. You know what I'm saying? You run into one of these old school goats, one of these grandmas out here, these Haitians or these Jamaicans, that's common for them to go, you know what I mean? Are you sick? Let me go get these herbs. Go get some from the bush. Go grab this turmeric, this ginger, cut it up, and let me make you some tea. And you'll be fine. You know what I mean? That's what a lot of people have been taking, honestly, if you have COVID. But ginger and turmeric and garlic together, it's really, really powerful. And it helps a lot with a lot of the symptoms. But to me, COVID just reminds me of the flu. A lot of people are like, oh, people die from COVID. I think it's more so the preconditions that people have. So just like, what's an example I can say? AIDS. If you have AIDS, it breaks down your immune system, right? So if your immune system is broken, it's hard to fight if you come into contact with any type of disease. So if you catch something like pneumonia, it can take you out because you don't have the immune system built to fight off the pneumonia, the ammonia, pneumonia. You know what I mean? So that's why it's so important. And I have immune boosters on my website, thehealthyhand.com as well. But that's why it's so important to keep your immune system up. But I am not a doctor. Make this shit clear. I am not a doctor. I just give my opinions and I give information based off my experiences, what I've been through and what I've seen, what I've read, talking to professionals. And when I say professionals, holistic doctor. And I'm not saying what doctors prescribe as far as medication, FDA approved medication don't work. That's not what I'm saying. But when it comes to the more the smaller issues like the flu, something like that, I don't think you need to go to the doctor, or even pneumonia. I don't think you have to get at some FDA approved products to fix that. I mean, you really could go get some herbs and kill it, to me, faster. And a lot of the prescribed medications come from natural herbs. Believe it or not, if you look into the medications you take and how they're created and what it takes to create that medication, a lot of it consists of natural herbs. Duh. But yeah. Am I vaccinated? Hell no. Hell no. So what you gotta say about that? Who asked me that? Who are you? Who are you? Where you go? Got all these comments popping. I ain't vaccinated. Are you vaccinated? Listen, Linda. I have my own opinions when it comes to vaccinations. I've given it loud and proud on here. I am not ashamed to say it. I just don't think that I need the vaccination. I know so many people that have been vaccinated and still caught COVID. I think there's just not enough research with it. That's all. I don't think it's enough research. Like, I don't even get flu vaccinations. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I just don't, because you know what a vaccination is. mainly it's kind of like they give you a little bit of that disease so your body is ready to fight when it comes into contact with it. Like, oh, we know what this is. Bitch, get back. That's literally what a vaccination is. But I just don't think COVID's been around long enough and they've done enough research to where I feel is needed. And I take a lot of different herbs and teas and stuff. What's up, Lulu? To where I think I have a really good immune system. So when I did come into contact with is it Omicron? We're gonna call it Omarion today. When I came into contact with Omarion's damn COVID, I didn't have a lot of the symptoms that I thought I would have. And I do think that everybody will catch some type of COVID at some time in their life. I'm not jinxing you or anything, but to me it's very similar to the flu. Oh my God, that's nasty. Lulu just threw up on my shoe. Dang, nigga. You disrespectful. But anyway, and there's so many different... Oh God. Anyway, it's so many different opinions when it comes to the vaccine. They said it minimizes your chances of getting COVID. They say that if you are to receive COVID while vaccinated, you won't have as much of a bad case and it can prevent the severe symptoms, But I honestly... Who is this? Okay. I feel that it's just based on you as an individual. You can't go off of nobody else's body because we don't know your preconditions. We don't know your issues. If you're a heavy smoker, of course it would affect you differently because it can attack your lungs, and you're already attacking your own lungs if you're smoking. If you have bronchitis or if you have asthma or something like that, it just depends on your body and what issues you have with your body. You know what I mean? So I never compared myself to nobody else because I know several people, we all had Omarion, and my symptoms were completely different from theirs. The homie got sick as hell, was in the hospital for over a month. We had the same damn thing. I'm in the house with Lulu, living a La Vida Loca. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have to go to the hospital. So it just depends on you and your body and your preconditions, if you ask me. And the herbs definitely help, for sure. For sure. Lulu, you nasty. Oh, I'm just trying not to look at the floor, but he just threw up on my shoe. You think I'm lying? Look. You see? That's vomit on my shoe because of you. Nasty. But everybody's entitled to their opinion. You know what I mean? You can't get mad. I mean, I don't know if anybody got mad, but you can't get mad at my opinion. If I choose not to take it, then... Let me ask you this. Would you take an AIDS vaccine? I just want to know. Would you take an AIDS vaccine? Anybody? Will anybody on here take an AIDS vaccine? I want to know. Hell no, hell no. I figured most people would say no, hell no, nope. Why not? AIDS been around long enough to where they've done a lot of different research on it. They came out with a lot of different, I don't know if it's a medication or something you can take to prevent yourself from passing it to someone else or receiving it, or however. Why wouldn't you take an AIDS vaccine? Somebody said, why would we need to? Well, I would think it was to prevent you, the same way you taking this fucking COVID vaccine, to help you through the process, to prevent you from getting COVID. If you come into contact with COVID or you come into contact with AIDS, your body can fight it off. That's what a vaccine is, right? So you saying hell no to the AIDS vaccine, which I ain't taking none of these shits. But you quick to go run and take the COVID vaccine when all of your information is coming from the news. And you know how much bullshit they feed you on the news? The news ain't nothing but a way to control the population. Get you mother effers up under control. You listen to anything they got to say, and they've been switching the story since day one. Switching it up. They steady, like, any information that comes out about COVID, it's conflicted. One minute they saying this, the next minute they saying that. You know, this person died, this person, like, it's almost like we don't have the real story when it comes to COVID because there's not enough research out here. It's really not. What made you make your decision on getting the COVID vaccine? Because of what you've seen on TV? Because of what the government told you, right? I just suggest you do your own research. That's all I'm saying. And when I did my own research, I just decided that until there's, I don't know who this is, but I'm not answering the phone. Until there's more research on it, I'm just not comfortable putting some type of new vaccine in my body. I've never been vaccinated for the flu or anything like that, so I'm not about to. I just don't see the purpose. And if I get COVID anyway, what the fuck is the point? Then I hear that if you catch COVID, my friend is a nurse. She said if you catch COVID, your body basically becomes immune for 90 days. Meaning, most likely you won't get COVID again in that first 90 days because your body has some type of immunity to it because you came in contact with it. So it's pointless to get the COVID in the first 90 days. When I say I'm always hearing different stories on COVID, I'm not finna go run and put that shit up in me. And then 5-10 years from now, we got a bunch of zombies running around like, fuck that. I don't care. I'm not doing it. Somebody said, oh, if you take the vaccine, you'll get the lesser symptoms. And who told you that? The news? Your homeboy? One of the many nurses out here? Like, who told you that? Where are you getting your research from? That if you take the vaccine, it'll minimize the symptoms. Who the fuck told you that? My friend's father got the vaccine. He died. He died. He caught COVID after he got the vaccine and he died. He passed away. So when you in situations like that, it's like, I'm sorry. Y'all could go believe in what the hell they tell you all you want to. And a lot of y'all that's talking that shit on here is because you already done went and got vaccinated and put that BS all up in your system. And you really don't know what side effects you're going to have. I heard about the guy. It was Nicki Minaj, right? That was talking about, was it her cousin's husband? And how his balls grew into big cantaloupes? What the fuck is that? So you went and got vaccinated and your balls grew? I knew somebody else that got a big rash, you know. So I'm like, and they like, oh, we don't know. Everybody just accepts the vaccine differently. If that's your answer, I'm not putting it up in me to figure out if I'm going to get a rash or what side effects I'll receive from the vaccine. I'm just not doing it. And I'm not in a situation where I work for a company where I have to where they mandate it. They've been mandating the vaccine, especially in the hospitals. Like, my cousin didn't want to get vaccinated, but because she's a nurse and her job basically mandated it, she had to get it. My cousin makes like $80,000 a year, and she went and got vaccinated in order to keep her job. And they released, how many? She said, I know it was over it. I don't know. She said 80,000 or 8,000. They released a lot of people who denied the vaccine. If you denied the vaccine when it was mandated in the hospitals, you was fired. That's just what it was. You know. I don't know. And everybody's entitled to their opinion. You know what I mean? If you want to go get vaccinated, go. That's on you. I'm just not doing it. Somebody said, I'm a nurse and refused. Did you get fired? The person that just said, I'm a nurse and I refuse. Did you get fired? I want to know. Because this happened in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm sure every state is different. You know, they all got their own different rules and regulations. But, yeah. Yeah, somebody's balls got bigger. That's what Nicki was saying. If I ain't mistaken, Nicki Minaj, I don't know if it was her cousin's husband or somebody's balls. Google it. When your balls turn into big cantaloupes. That messes around. I mean, that gotta be painful. You clearly can't be sexually active with big cantaloupe balls. You know what I mean? Like, these are side effects to this vaccine now. Okay? Like, Somebody said they're still... Oh, yeah, they still firing people. Because it's... I mean, I understand why they would mandate it. Because they have this belief system that it will protect the patients that come into the hospital. And it will protect you, you know, when you come into contact with anybody with COVID that comes into the hospital. I get it. But I'm not a nurse. I don't work in that environment. And I don't have the same belief. So, whatever. Yep. I don't care who got attitude either. Wait a minute, y'all. I'll be back. Let me get this vomit off. Gotta get your vomit up. You just messed up my whole life throwing up on my shoes.